Dictation 2. Continuing students will be sent necessary application forms. Everyone must evacuate the premises during the fire drill. Linguistics is the scientific study and analysis of language. Industries now bring more job opportunities than agriculture and fishing combined. The history department is very active in research. All students are expected to attend 10 lab sessions per semester. Students requiring an extension should apply sooner rather than later. Students are advised to use multiple methods for this project. Please note, submission deadlines are only negotiable in exceptional circumstances. There are some doubts about whether these events actually occurred. He wrote poetry and plays as well as scientific papers. Manufacturing now brings more people in than agriculture and fishing combined. New developments in manufacturing are constantly changing the way we live. Packaging is very important to attract the attention of a buyer. A group meeting will be held tomorrow in the library conference room. The key difference between courses is the kind of assessment. A celebrated theory is still the source of great controversy. The exam system has been upgraded due to professional exams. Good nutrition is crucial to the general health and vitality. One student representative will be selected from each class. Plants are the living things that can grow in land or in water. Many birds migrate to warmer areas for the winter. A person's educational level is closely related to his economic background. The integration of archaeologist studies with community projects is widely encouraged. The posters are on display at the larger lecture theater. Imported packages are likely to be used in many computers. Food has become a political issue in the world. They developed a unique approach to training their employees. Any gains from the property must be promptly allocated. You will be tested online. This morning's lecture on economic policy has been cancelled. The theme of the instrumental work exhibits more of a demure compositional style. The essay will be published once the research is finished. The designers will complete the plan later today. His analysis study appears to be based on the false premise. The field of journalism has been seeing job decline for decades. The supposed benefits of space exploration are frequently questioned. The other book isn't thorough, but it's more insightful. Interim grades will be posted on the board outside the student lounge. University fees are expected to increase next year. The ability to work with fellow students cannot be stressed enough. The new lecture theater accommodates a large number of students. A good academic essay should have a clear argument. The campus tour will help you to get familiar with the teaching facilities. This is interesting in Parliament. Calculators allow us to add numbers without making mistakes. Climate change is now an acceptable phenomenon among a group of reputable scientists. It is clear that national trading system is a good thing. The archaeologists' new discoveries stand out in previously overlooked foundations. Most of the lectures begin promptly, so do not be late. The student union hosts a variety of social events. There are many branches of medical studies. The article considers the leisure habits of teenagers in rural areas. All industries are a system of inputs, processes, outputs and feedback. Our view is that educational reforms have been inadequately implemented. Most scientists believe that climate change threatens the lives on Earth. Americans have typically defined the process of plant growth in quantitative terms. Certain scientific principles must be learned verbally or by logical deduction. The economic strength of the early Roman Republic will be examined. He landed a job in a very prestigious law firm. I thought it was through the small meeting room. There are many different types of governments in the world. Designers need to keep up with social trends. There will be a chemistry test in the class next week. Photography can be very useful to geographical research. The very basic feature of computing would be counting and calculating. Relying on natural ability will not get you far in science. A world-renowned expert on economics and marketing will give a lecture. Blue whales are the largest mammals that have ever lived. The essay should be easy to complete once the research is finished. We encourage students to complete their applications before the deadline. Renovation works are currently undertaken throughout the whole building. Some people argue that education is not that important. The study of anthropology can help us learn about society today. Exotic activities can help students develop more talents. Newspapers are supported primarily by the sale of advertising space. A series of lectures showed economics have been recorded. The orchestra will be led by a visiting conductor. The department has higher than normal proportion of postgraduate students. The department works closely with business communities. While some people regard it as reforming zeal, others regard it as recklessness. The university will seek a colossal renovation to the faint empty theater. Population has a sharp rise in the recent 20 years. Stories often contain messages in our life. Some people believe that education should be free to everyone. You can use your laptops in the lecture. Computers used to be larger than they are now. Houses were built for workers near the factories. Social psychology is concerned with the understanding of human behaviors. Our faculty includes 5 libraries in the university. This is the first example of a modern and professional army. It is important to plan your study time carefully. Gravity is the force that attracts 2 bodies toward one another. Many different conferences offer opportunities for volunteer work. The best student has an opportunity to require a scholarship. You are required to attend lectures and write weekly reports. A series of the observations were carried out in the classroom. The reception staff provide advice on renting private accommodation. The government department was doing some crucial work on climate change. There was a prize for the best student presentation. My technique is to understand the sentence while writing the first letter of each word. During that time people had large families as an insurance against some children loss. Rising sea temperature is a sign of climate change. The area has a number of underwater habitats and species. Most of the theories were similar but a few critics disagreed.